Hello. Alexandre Dubach is one of the greatest interpreters of Paganini's music. Please tell me, Alexander, what made you fall in love with this instrument, with violin?
Well, I always, when I was a little boy, wanted to have a violin. When I first saw the first time violin in the circus, a clown playing violin, and I saw also exposed the violins in the stores. We have a violin maker school at the Brienzersee near my city Thun. And my aunt also played violin, and I liked not only the sound of the violin, but also this wonderful form of the violin.
Yes.
And
so it was a family tradition also?
No, it was... Yes, well, my aunt played violin, but it was not my parents did not play violin, but I liked and I wished always to have a violin. And with 7 years, I got a violin at Christmas. It was under the Christmas tree.
And when you first started playing, was it hard, or you kind of felt this instrument?
No, I did not feel hard. I liked it so much that it was like other child are playing outside. I played the violin, and I did not feel it hard.
And you had a teacher immediately, or?
Yes, no, I had a teacher. A lady in Thun, and she made everything for me. She sent me also 2 years after I began to play violin. She sent me at a competition, national competition, and I won there the first prize. And I was very proud of it, of course, as child.
And you were 9 years old, yeah?
Yes, exactly.
9 years. And then what happened?
Well, then I continued, and I went to also at the TV, and I could give little concerts also with youth orchestra, and then I got to other teachers, continuing my study, and study very, very much violin always.
And who were the most famous of your teachers?
Well, the most famous, after Elisabeth Schöni, I had Ulrich Lehmann. That was a very, very good teacher. Yehudi Menuhin, the very famous maestro, wanted to invite him to its school at London when Menuhin heard me. I was 11 years old. So Yehudi Menuhin was also one of my teachers and my idols. And I studied also with Arthur Grumio, he's also a very famous violinist, and Nathan Milstein. I had the chance to study with Nathan Milstein, which is really, maybe for me, the greatest violin of the 20th century. And I admire him. He's really always my idol, Nathan Milstein.
And I remember someone told yesterday you had this situation with the broken string. So tell us, how was it?
Yes, I was maybe 15 or 16 years old. I was in the masterclass of Nathan Milstein and playing him Viotti concerto. He liked very much the 22nd concerto from Giovanni Battista Viotti. And Nathan Milstein always wanted to hear that from me. And then the string was broken, and he gave me his wonderful Stradivarius violin and told me, please do not, you can break the string also of my violin, but please not break my violin.
And you also travel around the world or in Europe to give concerts?
Well, I go there where they call me.
Yeah, wherever they invite you.
Yes, exactly. So, for instance, I was also in China on tournée, playing Paganini concerto. I am often in Eastern countries, for instance, in Poland now. I am for the fourth time. My very, very close friend Janusz Nikiel was inviting me and made me possible to play now
Here,
often in Poland. I like very much to come here. I was also often in Romania, in Hungary. Now I was just in Bulgaria, in Kosovo. I was in very much countries, of course.
Okay, and now I'd like to ask you something from the inside. What makes you love this instrument? Violin is considered to be one of the most difficult instruments. So how come that you feel this instrument? It's like a part of your body.
Yes, that's very true. It makes part of our body, because I find so wonderful that we touch directly the strings. It's not like a mechanism. Maybe like piano is a wonderful instrument because it's very complete. You can play everything on the piano. You cannot play everything on my violin, maybe because it's more melodic instrument. But what is so wonderful, it's like singing. You can express everything on the violin, and you are touching directly the strings with the fingers. And what I think so wonderful are these two different techniques. The left hand is different of the. We play the same, but it's different technique.
Yeah.
And with the right hand we can make all this expression, the respiring of the music, and that's so wonderful.
So it's like connecting your soul directly to this instrument.
Exactly.
And it flows.
Yes, that's true.
It flows.
That's true. And we can not only play on the notes, but also what is between the notes. I think that's also maybe a big difference between piano and violin. When we are changing position, when we are going from one note to the other, also we can put in all that expression.
So maybe there are also sounds which are not heard. Yes? Is there anything like that?
Sounds, yeah, can also
it's
be,
like,
yes.
like kind of a feeling above the acoustic sound. Just when someone is listening to you, this person kind of flows with this melody and goes deeply into this melody.
Yeah, exactly. And what is wonderful on the violin, you can, when you, for instance, you play a long note, on this long note, you can develop the note also with the vibrato, with the bowing, with the crescendo. That's so good on the violin.
So even though you have the same notes, you have your own interpretation. Every violinist has his or her own interpretation.
Exactly. But naturally we try also to play not to interpretate too much. The most important is what wrote the composer. For instance, that's very evident in the music of Bach. In the music of Bach we should let speak the music, and we are not so important we must let speak at first of all the composition, because we are so lucky, especially also on the violin, that we have all these great masterpieces composers wrote us. If you think, for instance, of a Beethoven violin concerto, the Mozart violin concertos, all the music of Bach, the Chacona of Bach, and we should bring them so that first of all the music is speaking.
Yeah. Here in Muzyczna Polanka you played for which time? first time this kind of concert?
This here was first concert because I think in this wonderful garden, this wonderful nature, it was the first. I had the honor to play the first concert. Yes.
And
it was just wonderful. I felt really very good to play.
Yeah, yesterday weather was
and with this fresh air, really, air like in Switzerland.
In the mountains.
Yes, exactly, like in mountains in Switzerland.
Okay, in Poland, where else you played before?
I played also in Jelena Góra several times, and in Ostrów Wielkopolski. There was a Chopin festival, and there I was invited to play the first Paganini concerto. Last time in Jelena Góra I played the fifth Paganini concerto.
Okay, so Jelena Góra, Staniszów and Ostrów Wielkopolski.
Yes.
Wonderful. So, thank you.
Thank you so much.